Cool. Checking. We've got audio. We got audio. Cool beans. Right. Okie dokie. Cool. Well, hello. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Right. Let's do a live stream. I'm Scott. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome back if you've been here before. And yeah, man, we're going to just chat, hang out, see what's going down. If you're watching along live, you can comment in the live chat. We can get a bit of a conversation going. That's always fun. And yeah, we'll see where things go. My hair's all fuzzy because I've had the hood up because it's a wee bit cold in the studio today. It's a wee bit cold at the moment anyway. It's that January frost. It's not snowing here in England yet. Well, at least not where I am. So we'll see. It may start snowing soon. So boom. Oh, we've got a commenter. Cool. Semi525. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Is everyone's year going all right so far? I hope so. I hope you guys are having a good new year. 2020 was a real sucky year, so I'm optimistic about this one, and getting back to things. Yeah, cool. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, I do music here. I'm not going to do any songs in this live chat because I just want to do one to get back into the swing of things. I haven't done a live stream since before Christmas, and yeah, man, I took about a month off from doing YouTube, which is the longest break I've had off from YouTube in quite some time. Since the start of 2019, I was doing 2 videos a week, and I kept doing that until I hit 1,000 subscribers at the end of May last year, and I took my first week off, which was really weird. And then I had a couple of weeks off after that, but then at Christmas, I worked really hard in getting my Christmas song done, and it just knackered me. I was so tired after that, so I decided, hey, I'm gonna take a month off and recharge my batteries and make lots of music, get ready for the new year, and some other little projects, man. So that's what's been going on with me. Again, if you're watching along live, then feel free to say hi in the live chat, and you can ask questions or say whatever you want, really. Yeah, we're all friends here. Net connection is a wee bit unstable. Hopefully, this is still live. Yeah, when that happens. Okay, so yeah, man. Yeah. So what's been going on? So now we're in 2021. I'm looking ahead to this year and what I'm going to be doing on YouTube, because I'm going into my 3rd year here on YouTube doing stuff regularly. As I said, I started January 2019. I started doing weekly content, and I started with 51 subscribers, and we built it up to just over 1,000. And really appreciative for the numbers, and that people have been enjoying the stuff enough here to subscribe. It's been a real journey. So what's the channel going to look like this year? So in previous years, I've done 2 or 3 videos a week, and I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week this year, and hopefully I'm going to try and do as many weeks as possible without a break. We'll see. And yeah, Tuesday is going to be like a music based video where I record the full band and everything, and edit together a big video. So that's like my big thing of the week. And then Thursdays is going to be a bit more of it's going to be like a vlog live stream kind of thing. It's gonna be more talky. Maybe I'll play some tunes from time to time, but it'll be more laid back and less produced, I guess. So that's basically so I can focus on making the music videos as cool as they can be. So that's what things are going to look like. Another thing I'm working on this year, man, I'm writing a musical at the moment, and I don't know if you guys watching along write songs or do anything of that sort, but writing a musical was really weird, man. I studied writing at university 10 years ago, and we never had a musical module, so I feel incredibly unprepared. But I'm having fun with it because I thought, do you write the songs first or do you write the story first? Like, where'd you go with it? So I've kind of knuckled out a story structure as to where the story of the musical is going to go. And now I'm writing from the beginning. So I'm about a third of the way through. I've just got to the point where the villain shows up and starts messing things up for the characters. So it's the musical. It's going to be like a dark comedy, but it's going to be like a slasher film, like Scream or something like that, with this kind of supernatural character that shows up. But it's a musical, so it sounds a bit mad, and that's because it's coming out of my brain. So yeah, man, it's been a lot of fun to write. But as I said, I'm writing the script part of it first. I'm not writing the songs. So whenever I get to a bit where there's supposed to be a song, I'm just writing weird free form poetry around what it's supposed to be. I'm like, is this how they do it like professionally? I don't know. I should probably look up like how do you write a musical from scratch. But I thought it'd be more exciting if I just kind of jumped into it and kind of found my own groove in it. So yeah, that's the plan, man. Yeah, if you are watching along in the live show, you can say hi or say something in the live chat, and we can keep the conversation going. And if not, I'll just keep chatting. Yeah, right. So yeah, man. So the plan with the musical is to try and get it made into a film, like a proper like film with a budget, and so first I've got to kind of make it on paper good enough that I can start showing it to people and hopefully raise some money for it. That's the plan. And it's the reason why I'm not going to do 3 videos this year. I was thinking about doing 3 this year like I did last year. I did Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday every week last year. And at the end of the day, I thought actually I need to spend more time with the musical, so I'll just make it 2 videos this year. So that's where we're going. So music videos on Tuesdays and talking videos on Thursdays. Glorious. Yeah, man, and I'm hoping this year I can get back to gigging. I mean, I played during the pandemic. I played 3 gigs. I think it was 3. I can't remember now. I played 8 gigs last year in total, which is criminal because I usually do something around 80. Like 8 gigs. That's just unbelievably awful. So yeah, I hope to get back to gigging because I don't know. To me, like gigging, it's the thing that makes me feel alive. Playing in front of a crowd that's really going for it and enjoying it. Like, there's nothing like that feeling, man. And so not getting to do that has been weird. So I'm really hoping that's going to come back at some point in 2021 if our government can get their act together. They're just awful, man. Boris Johnson is just an idiot. Like, he really is just like, he needs to go. Like, why is that guy running the country? He can barely string a sentence together. Anywho, I've got a whole song about Boris Johnson that you can hear here on the channel if you want. Unsurprisingly, it's called Boris is a Monster. I got to play that on Talk Radio August 2019. Yeah, I think so. Which seems like a lifetime ago. You can check that out. But one of the things I'm planning to do this year is release my first EP. So looking to get a 3-track EP out. It's about Brexit. 3 kind of funny satirical songs about Brexit, and one of them is the Boris song. So looking to get that out, man. Yeah, but we're not sure what's happening. We're kind of slowly mixing it and making our way through it. My friend Rob is mixing that one, so I'm excited to finally have that out there. Yeah. So yeah, cool. What else is going to be happening? Yeah, man. So this week I'm trying to finish some songs off. I've been producing a lot of songs and recording a lot of old songs and trying to make them sound good. But I haven't finished off any songs or started any new songs in quite some time. The last bit of songwriting I really did was before Christmas when I was trying to finish the Christmas song off. And we were kind of like recording it while I was also kind of finishing the lyrics off. So not the process I like to be in, but it's just kind of how it was. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you're recording a song and you've got the bare bones of the song structure, and you're like, this is how it's going to go, but you don't have the lyrics to go with it yet. So you're recording it and you're going, I hope this works. Yeah. So, doing the Brexit EP, doing the musical. I'm trying to finish off my demos for my fourth album. The original plan was to release it in 2021, and I was trying to do one every 2 years. But my plan got thrown out the window by the pandemic because I released my third album at the end of 2019. And the problem with that was I was starting to make plans to tour it in the next year. I was in January last year, I was slowly recruiting pieces for a new lineup of my backing band so we could start going out on the road and playing the songs and doing something, And that didn't happen in the end because of the pandemic. And so that got put on hold, and all those musicians I was talking to, all those conversations stopped. And so I feel like even though I'm recording the fourth album, I haven't done anything with the third album yet. I've sold maybe like 5 copies of it, and I've sold a few more online, which is really cool. But I feel like there was no point in making that album if I don't tour it and do anything with it. So this year, the hope is that I'm going to get to do something with it and take it out on the road and play it with a full band, because I'm only used to playing those songs on acoustic guitar by myself. So that's the hope we can do that this year. But if it gets to the end of this year and I haven't got to do it, I think I'm going to be so past that album. I've just got to move on to the next one. And so, yeah, that's the way it is. So, yeah, the hope is to record the fourth album this year and have it out for next year. But we're doing a little rejig of the third album because, as I said, we didn't really get to do anything with it. And yes, since then, I've upgraded my recording equipment. I've got better at mixing and recording and things. And so the third album was finished like a year and a half ago. So now I'm like, touring that feels kind of weird because I've got better. And I've got nothing to do but mix and record. So I'm going to do some light bits and pieces with it. We're not trying to change the character of the album or anything, but yeah, it will be slightly different. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy what we come up with for that, I should say. So EP, third album rejig, finishing off the fourth album, and the musical. These are the big things. But yeah, this year I want to promote some of the other albums. Because again, like when you're out gigging, this way you're selling CDs and you're selling merch, and that's how you stay afloat as an artist. And not getting to do that this year, the last year, has meant that I've not made money and that I've just got CDs gathering dust. Not that anyone really probably listens to the CDs anyway. I think people probably buy the CDs at the gig and go home and listen to it on Spotify, which I'm fine with, but there you go. But I'm hoping to try and boost like selling the tracks online, selling the albums online. So I'm going to do some promotional stuff, and I'm going to hopefully record some alternative versions of some of the album songs and post them up on YouTube and make videos for them. Because I haven't played those songs in a while. Because I haven't been gigging, so it'll be nice to come back to them and do some stuff with them. So I'm excited about that. 420 Express. Hi 420 Express. How you doing? Bud? Thank you for your comments, by the way. I will get around to answering them. I've pretty much had a YouTube blackout over the last month or so. I haven't been I haven't been posting content, haven't been responding to comments or anything because I needed a big break. So I appreciate your comments, and I will be getting around to them. So thank you. But yeah, it's been chill out time. Yeah, so it's yeah, I thought I'm going to take a month off from YouTube and I'm just going to play video games. But the thing is about me, I get bored sitting around gaming or watching stuff. I'm good at doing it for about an hour and then I need to go do other stuff. So I ended up spending most of my time back in here anyway, recording stuff. So now I've got like a big backlog of stuff that I'm working through. So I'm not every week creating a new song and putting it out there. It's more like now I'm finishing off a song and then putting it out there. But yeah, this week I've been finishing some songs off in songs writing. So I'm happy about that. 420 Express. Thanks. Okay, no problem. I also subscribed to my other channel, Doug's Guitar Works, which is about guitars. Oh, awesome. I will check out Doug's Guitar Works. I will check that out, bud. That's cool. You got multiple channels on the go. That's pretty cool, man. I will check that out. Thanks for letting me know about that. Yeah. Yeah. In terms of guitars, I've not actually bought a guitar since 2007. I got a Fender Telecaster Deluxe, which I actually haven't used on a YouTube video yet because it needs a little bit of work done on it. I've got a whole bunch of guitars over there that just need work on it, work on them. So I'm hopefully going to get that done this year. But I turned 30 this year. Yeah, I turned 30 in July, and I really would like to buy a new guitar because, as I said, it's been like 14 years since I got my last one. So I'd really, really love to get a new guitar, and I really want an Arctic White Fender Stratocaster. That's what I want. I play a Strat at work when I'm teaching because that's what they have there, and I've been doing that job for 4 or 5 years now, and so yeah, I'm just very used to playing that Strat to the point that when I come home and play my my Les Paul, I got a Gibson Les Paul Studio, which I'm really proud of as well. Very cool guitar. But yeah, it's just Gibsons play really different to Fenders, and even though I've got a Fender Telecaster, you know, I'd really love a Strat. I'd really love a Strat. So I'm saving my pennies at the moment, so I can, on my 30th birthday, hopefully, if lockdown's over, I can walk into a guitar store and recreate the scene from Wayne's World, ching, and get the Stratocaster I want. 420 Express. I have a Gibson guitar. Oh, that's cool. What Gibson do you have, bud? Let me know. Yeah. Gibsons are really cool. I had an Epiphone Les Paul. That was one of my first electric guitars, and I traded it in for one of my other guitars. Or did I trade it in for an amp? I can't remember. We're going back like 14, 15 years ago, like half my lifetime ago. So I can't quite remember, but I do miss that Epiphone Les Paul. I wish I still had it. I had some interesting guitars in the day. I had a BC Rich for a while, which was just a ridiculous, big, spiky T-Rex like guitar. It was just like like every time I picked it up, I hurt myself, essentially. You know, but yeah, the Telecaster was the last one I got, and yeah, so I'm excited to get it done up. Tom, my friend Tom, who, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you might have seen him. He plays bass in a lot of my videos. He also played a lot of instruments on the Christmas song that we did just before Christmas, of course. And so yeah, so we he's left some gear here in the studio for me to use, and one of them is a Fender Telecaster with P60 pickups that he bought off a friend of ours years and years and years ago, and it's kind of just been kind of not it's not in good nick at the moment, but it's a really yeah, it's a really beautiful Telecaster. So yeah, basically, I imagine this year rocking up to a guitar store with just all my guitars on my back and just like, please, please fix them, make them sound good. I need to use them on YouTube. So yeah, 420 Express, Gibson Studio, I believe. Yeah, I've got a Gibson Les Paul Studio. Is that what you have? I don't know. Um, I'm always intrigued by the kind of guitars that people have. You know, they say, "Oh, you can tell everything about someone. Um, you can tell everything about someone from their shoes." I remember Noel Gallagher. He was the first person I ever heard say that, and I thought it was crazy. I wrote a whole song about it called "Her Shoes," which was about a song about this guy who sees this girl's shoes and creates this whole picture of who she is in his head. And then he never actually talks to her. He just kind of, yeah, kind of creates this crazy image of her. That was a really fun song to write. But the reason I bring that up is because I kind of feel like you can tell a lot about a person from the kind of guitar that they play. And so yeah, for me, my Gibson, in my teens, when I got it when I was 14, and it kind of defined my playing and shaped a lot of my guitar playing in those years, you know. And so I was, you know, a very heavy rock. That's kind of what I liked playing, and so a Gibson Les Paul was perfect for that. But yeah, as I said, I've used the Strat for years, and now I feel like a Strat fits me and my style better. So I'm gonna go down that road. And you know, I think, yeah, me with a Strat, it says more about me probably. I'm not as heavy as I was, but hopefully more versatile. 420 Express. I also have an acoustic. Oh, that's really cool, bud. Acoustic is my jam. I uh, I have a Yamaha APX 500 that I've had since I was 15. That is literally a part of me. If something happened to Lucille, my guitar, I just don't know what I would do. I'd flip out and go nuts. Um, and so yeah, she yeah, she's a part of me. She really is. I think I'll show you Lucille. I did a video a while ago, back last year, talking about the stories behind all my guitars, which you can watch on the channel. It's called like the personal stories behind my guitars or something, in which I talk about my ukulele as well. Anyway, this whole piece here that's missing. Um, every time some of my friends, when I play gigs with them, they'll be like, "Scott, you need to get a pick guard. You're going to go through the wood," and I'm like, "I want to go through the wood." You know, how much more awesome will this guitar look if I go through the woods? You know, so yeah, I very much love this guitar. And I think I'm definitely more of an acoustic player. I've spent most of my 20s, like, well, all of my 20s, playing this guitar at gigs. Yeah, when I pick up electric, it feels a little bit foreign, but I've done so much recording in the last year that it feels yeah, it feels more natural picking up electric guitar now. But yeah, still going for that Strat. Anywho, cool. Got some more comments. 420 Express. I had a stand that held two guitars, and one day I put my Les Paul guitar I used to have fell and broke. Oh no! I was devastated. Yeah, man, I would be. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That's heartbreaking. Now I have a stand for one guitar. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, when your guitar's just like break in any way, it's heartbreaking for me. With the words chipping off the guitar, almost, it's like a badge of pride. It doesn't bother me. It makes the guitar look cool, and I feel like when I come on stage with the acoustic and you see it, um it tells you something about me, hopefully, and what my act's going to be like, so I don't do that. But yeah, on my Telecaster, I played the Birmingham NEC with my old band, The Bad Thing, back in 2008. And I dropped my Telecaster on the floor of the NEC, and it just chipped off this teeny little bit of pain, and it just bothers me that it's just not there. So that I will like to replace, but then I'm also like, but it's there because I dropped it on the floor of the NEC right before I went on stage. So So part of me is like, well, it annoys me, but there's a story there, and there's a cool story there, so maybe I'll leave it that way. Anywho, 420 Express. It could be fixed. It's like your baby. It's my baby. Oh no, yeah. So yeah, it's annoying when stuff happens to the guitar, but if it doesn't absolutely break it, then it's part of the story of it, I guess. And I don't see the point in selling my guitars now. I mean, a couple of years ago, I thought about selling the Telecaster. I'm so glad I didn't, because it means a lot to me. But yeah, I hope I can just keep hold of these guitars forever, because the story behind them is more important than the thing itself. It's not so much about it being a really cool possession, but it's like all the memories behind it, all the gigs, all the blood, sweat, and tears poured onto these guitars. I mean, I would really struggle to part with them. There's other guitars that I guess you buy for the studio and they never leave the studio, which I could part with, But yeah, my Les Paul, my Telecaster, and my acoustic, I don't think I could ever part with, unless something horrible happens. Anywho, I'm getting a bit wee bit hot, so I'm just gonna take off my hoodie quick. Or maybe turn off my heater. We'll see. Yeah. Oy. There we go. Man. Boom. There we go. Whoo! Right. Yeah, man. So I love talking about guitars. I really, really love talking about guitars. I probably don't know as much about them as I probably should do. I get asked about like special guitar stuff at my job, and sometimes I have to kind of just nod and go, "Yep, I have no clue." 420 Express. I'm going to be back and comment on this in a couple of seconds on my other channel. Okay. Yeah. Cool, bud. No worries. Yeah, cool. How long have we been going? Oh, we're going 27 minutes. Pretty cool. Hello to everyone that's watching along live. You can comment in the live chat, and we have a bit of a back and forth conversation going. That's always fun. If not, if you just want to watch along, that's cool too, man. Happy New Year to everyone. Do you know what? At what point does it get to where you can't say Happy New Year? I think it gets to the middle of the month, and it's like what, the 14th now? So like from tomorrow onwards, I probably wouldn't say Happy New Year, but I feel like I can still say Happy New Year, right? It's still kind of around 2 weeks. So it's been cool. New Year last year was really weird. I hate being in on New Year. To me, New Year's Eve is like, I want to be out partying. I want to be gigging or at a gig or hanging out with friends in a house party situation, and I've had several years now where I've not been out on New Year's Eve, and it's really bugged me, and I really just feel kind of deflated, because I love going into a new year with a bang, So in the garden and the blessings, Happy New Year. Whee, Happy New Year. Shout out, by the way, to In the Gardens and the Blessings for really promoting the hell out of my Christmas song. If you haven't heard the Christmas song, it's a bit weird me saying go listen to it now because it's the middle of January, but at Christmas this year, go listen to it. So we got over 400 plays of the song, which was really cool. And we got, I think, 500 plus plays on Facebook of the song. So my hope was on YouTube to get 1,000 plays there. But at the end of the day, I got 400 on YouTube and like 500 to 600 like on Facebook. So if you push those numbers together, I kind of got 1,000 split between 2 different social media. Plus we had little clips of them on Instagram. So there you go. So thank you so much, my friend, for promoting that. Really appreciate it. Doug's Guitar Works, I'm back. Welcome back, bud. Yeah, so it's a new year. It's a new year, and there's a lot to look forward to, I believe. Hopefully, it's going to be a better year. I can feel it. It's going to be a better year. I mean, there's been some crazy stuff going on in America. I mean, what's going on over there, man? Like, it's a bit crazy. All those people storming the Capitol buildings, dressed like they're in a Mad Max movie. That's a bit nuts. And here in the UK, we're back in another lockdown. But despite that, I'm still optimistic, man. There's still stuff to look forward to. I got some cool new songs. To show to you guys this year. I've got some cheeky stuff. I finished 2 songs off this week. One of them's from an improvisation that I did. Every now and then I do these live streams where I improvise songs off the top of my head. And so the first one of those I did was in July 2019. And July 2019, I did my first improvised video. And one of those songs, a song about Boris Johnson that I did in it, it got picked up by a radio station. And then they asked me to, go on the radio and play the song about Boris Johnson. But the thing was, because it was an improvised song, it wasn't, I didn't have proper lyrics or structure or anything. So the night before I went and played on the radio, I completely rewrote the song. And so I remember getting in there, and it was a really professional setup. This building that the radio station it was in, they shared it with the Sun newspaper. You know, they were literally opposite the Gherkin building in London. And so, like, being there and being like, I'm playing right next to the Gherkin, that's crazy. But I went in and I played and I sound checked it. And I was like, oh, no, the producer's going to hear it. And he's going to go, that's not the song I heard on the radio, on your YouTube channel. But alas, he heard it and he goes, that's great. and I got to play it on the radio, which is awesome. So in that improvised video where I came up with Boris is a Monster, I also came up with this other one called Down at the Pub, and a year and a half later I finished it off. So I'm really proud about that one, and I'll tell you about the other one in a bit, but I'm going to jump into the comments here. Boom, boom, boom. In the garden and the blessings. You're welcome. I couldn't have done it without you, my friend. Doug's Guitar Works. I did listen to that Christmas song and it was great. Oh, thank you so much for listening to the Christmas song, bud. I really appreciate that. We worked so hard on it. We really, really had a great time making it. Me and Tom, every time we put another little guitar track or some synthesizer, or when we put sleigh bells on, we were just giggling. You know, we were just like, we were like, are people gonna like this? Like, we really like this Christmas song. Are other people gonna like it? And we've had some really positive responses. So I'm glad we could share it. Doug's Guitar Works. I'm not a singer, just a lead guitar player in a band. Oh, that's cool. What kind of lead guitar do you play, bud? Do you are you really like flashy metal, or are you blues or jazz, or what do you do? Let me know. Doug's Guitar Works. You from London? I kind of am. Yeah. I'm from London originally. Till kind of like the age of 7. Then we moved just outside of London, so I'm in Surrey now. So London is, to get to central London is not a long train journey from here. It's about just under an hour, so it's about 50 minutes or so. So yeah, man. So now I actually lived in Winchester for many years. Winchester used to be the capital of England, actually, back in the day, but it's not anymore. But I lived in Winchester for 9 years, from like September 2010 till November 2019, and I still commute there for work. Well, I haven't since March because of Corona, but so I lived there for a while, and then I moved back to build this studio and to open up a recording studio as a business, which I'm working towards at the moment, getting everything sounding good so I can do that. Doug's Guitar Works. I'm from Canada. Hey, awesome. That's cool. I've never been to Canada, but I would like to go. Boom, 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 boom. You play rock and blues and country. That's really cool. Yeah, I admit I'm not a massive country fan. I'm sure there are country songs that I probably like and appreciate. I was never like an Eagles fan or anything, and I'm not so sure how I feel about modern country. But rock and blues is my jam as well. I love 60s and 70s music a lot. The Doors are one of my favorite bands. I love the Doors, kind of more of a psychedelic blues rock kind of band, and I really dig. Yeah, I really dig Led Zeppelin as well. I don't think that probably comes across in my music at all, but I really love Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin 4 um, transports me back in time to India, the country. I went there on holiday in 2006 and 2007. I was really lucky. I got to go twice, and both times I listened to Zeppelin 4. Um, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. Going to California is my favorite. I know that's kind of I know it's kind of a cheat, saying Going to California, because it's not one of their rock songs. If I was to pick one of the big rock songs, Heartbreaker is definitely up there. It's one of my favorites. I really like Black Dog as well. I like the weird ones, you know. Yeah. Doug's Guitar Works. I can't wait till the band plays back in the bar again. Oh, you and me both, bud. Can't wait till we're back playing in music venues again, eh? You put a rock twist to Folsom Prison Blues. That's awesome. I love Folsom Prison Blues. I mean, I teach in a prison, so I've played that song a lot over the years. That always goes down well. I did a cover of it a while back on the channel, which you can check out. It was before I upped my production value, so it was when I was still kind of putting my phone on the side and playing to my phone. Now I do a big old production for my music videos. So it was like the week before I started doing the bigger videos. So it's the quality is not amazing, but the energy's there. If you want to check it out, I've got a cover of that. Do you have a cover of your Folsom Prison Blues online? That'd be cool to hear. The Doors are great. The Doors are great, my friends. Yes, Ray Manzarek's organ made me fall in love with the organ. You love Led Zeppelin, good man. 70s rock, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was watching a video yesterday. Rob Beato, another music YouTuber, and I was watching his video talking about guitar work in the 70s. And I don't know if you've watched any of Rick Beato's videos. He's got thousands and thousands of plays, so I imagine a lot of people have, that like guitar. But he covers a lot of like rock and metal, but just didn't, in the 70s he didn't talk about punk guitar, and I found that disappointing. And then in the 90s he didn't talk about Britpop and like the guitar style on that, which I thought was a shame, because I love both those genres. I'm a big punk fan. 70s punk is probably like 70s punk and new wave, and 70s and 80s punk and new wave is like the biggest contributor to my sound, I guess. Yeah, so you've seen Bob Seger, Bryan Adams, Eagles, John Mellencamp, and Kiss in concert. That's pretty cool, man. Kiss, that must have been a cool show, eh? They put on a hell of the show. Jim Morrison is the best. You were born in 1987, but love 70s rock, hard rock, blues rock, psychedelic rock, soft rock, rock, glam, rock like Sweet. Sweet's great. One of my first loves was Sweet. The movie that got me into music was Wayne's World. I literally, on my desk, you can't see it, but I have many Funko Pops, and I've got a Wayne here as well. That was a Christmas present to myself back in 2019. And he's watching over all the music getting made in here. I'm not sure if I've heard of the Runaways. Not 100% sure about that. Name rings a bell though. But yeah, Sweet are great. Yeah. I'm ashamed to say I've only seen half of Dazed and Confused. I fell asleep, I think, halfway through. Not saying it's a bad band. I probably need to get around and watch that. I haven't seen Detroit Rock City either. Some of my favorite music films, I think Spinal Tap is definitely Spinal Tap is definitely up there as one of my favorite music films. The Tenacious D, Pick a Destiny, is just hilarious. That's a really fun film. Yeah, as I said, I'm writing a musical at the moment, so I'm thinking about which music films I'm going to go back and rewatch. I rewatched Blues Brothers the other day, and Blues Brothers is a film I've seen halfway through so many times. There's a pattern here. It was when I was 16, and me and my friends would go to the park and drink cider, as you know, a lot of 16-year-olds do. I would come home very drunk, and I would make cheese on toast, and I'd watch my VHS copy of the Blues Brothers, and I wore out that copy of the Blues Brothers. But I love that film. I love that film. I'm rewatching it the other day. It's so funny. I have to say, I like the car pile up stuff is fun, and it's wacky, and it's nuts, and it's crazy, and I like it. But the first two acts of the movie are amazing. So Doug, you're saying you've never seen Blues Brothers? Oh, dude, like great music film. Not a cheesy kind of musical. It's lots of rock and blues music. It's really fun. But yeah, so looking at that as a musical inspiration, I really like Joss Whedon's Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, which has got some really cool songs in it and is really wacky and is one of the big inspirations. So really love that one. That one's on YouTube. And yeah, we got Joe Donegan here in the chat. Hey Joe, how you doing? How you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my friend. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, Doug's Guitar Works. You should definitely check out Blues Brothers if you haven't already, because I think based on the music you've just described, you'll really like it. Especially the bit where they're a blues band and they play at a country music venue, and it kind of goes wrong, and it's hilarious. So as a country fan, I think you'll probably like that. Joe, it's been ages, mate. Yes, it has been a while. How was your Christmas and New Year, Joe? Did you get everything you are Santa for? And did you check out my Christmas song, Joe? Did you check that out? Yeah, man, I should have brought a drink in. I didn't know how long the live stream would go for. Yeah, man, I should have brought a drink in, so I'm getting a dry throat. We've got Cherry _ TDQ OMG. Hi, Cherry TDQ. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're good. Yeah, man. So we're hanging out here. If anyone else is watching along on the live stream, you can say hi and get part of the conversation here. Joe, yes, I did, mate. Haha, I loved it. Also, we played the kazoo game in my family. Christmas was amazing. I got a massager for my neck. That's a really cool gift, Joe. That's really that's a cool gift. And the kazoo game, awesome. I got a little bit of money to go towards my Fender Strat that I'm going to buy this year on my 30th. So happy about that. I also got a Mandalorian mug, which is great. So yeah, Cherry TDQ. I remember you. Okay, where do you remember me from, Cherry? Where do you remember me from? That's interesting. Yeah, man. So yeah, I should have brought a drink in. I'm getting dry throat now, and the house is really far away and it's cold, and I have to put my hoodie back on. I'm actually thinking over here. You see, I've got boom. Over there, ding ding ding. Yeah, over there. I'm thinking of setting up a table with like a coffee machine type thing. So I'm thinking about doing that at some point. So that when I get a dry throat during long live chats, I can have a drink. Anyway, let's jump back on. Joe, let's hear a song, mate. How about Supermarket Blues? Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not actually going to do any songs today. I will on my next live stream. Today, I'm just kind of blowing out the cobwebs and getting ready. I've been working really hard to get lots of new music stuff done, so I'm letting my singing voice rest today. Been playing a lot of guitar and singing a lot and drumming a lot as well. So I'll be back next time, Joe. Sorry about that. Doug's Guitar Works. I got music DVDs for Christmas, like Chicago and the history of Chicago. Oh, that's really cool. I've never watched Chicago. Is it good? Cherry, I Know the Way lyrics. Oh, you know me from I Know the Way. You really liked that one. Oh, I'm so pleased that you liked I Know the Way. I really love that song. That's one of those songs that it took me. How long did it take me to write? I wrote I Know the Way in 2016, and I finished it at the beginning of 2017. And the first time I played it live, I think, was at Acosta Coffee in Birmingham at the singer-songwriter thing, and people really liked it, so I kept doing it. And it's on the third album, and yeah, we did a video for that a little while back, and yeah, that's one of my favorite songs to play. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's very up there with almost being my favorite. But I think I wrote a song last year that I like more than that. I've also got a song called Two Cats that yeah, I'm really glad you liked that one. Cool. Let's catch up with everything that's going on. There we go. Doug's Guitar Works. Do you like the band Chicago? I don't think I have heard the band Chicago. Can you recommend me a song that I can listen to, bud? And yeah, Joe, that makes sense, but I'm glad to see you're doing good. Yeah, sorry I won't be doing any songs today, bud. Again, we'll be back next time. We'll do another live stream Thursday next week around the same time in the early afternoon. So you can tune back in there, and I'll be doing that. I've got a big in order to do music live streams, I'm using a different software. I'm live streaming straight through YouTube right now. But I don't get the best audio quality this way. So I use OMS or OME. I can't remember what it's called. It's a software for streaming, and I go straight through that. But it takes a while to set up, and I've only used it once. So I need some time to get prepared for it. So yeah, we'll be back next week. Doug's Guitar Works. Next live stream, we'll have to see that one. Yeah, the band Chicago. 20 songs I should check out. 25 or 6 to 4 is their biggest hit. I will check it out, bud. I'll check that out. Cherry TDQ. I still sing during the days and nights. Oh wow, you're still singing I Know the Way. That's a real honor that you're still singing it. And I always tried to make the songs I write catchy, because those are the kind of songs I like. You know, and I think as an indie artist, as someone who's trying to grow in the industry and find keep finding new people to like my music, you know, if I can write songs that stick with people later on, then that's a good sign. So thank you so much, my friend. Glad you like it. Cool. In the Garden and the Blessings, I'd love to talk to you if you could make us sorry, this is a big one. It's on the other side of my microphone. I'd love to talk to you if you could make us an opening and closing song or instrumental for our channel. The idea for our channel was originally from the gospel song In the Garden, and Elvis did sing it. Cool. Yeah, I'd be so happy to write you some music, some instrumental music. That's cool. We should talk about that. Let's Instagram, DM on Instagram. Anyone here, if you want to chat, hit me up on Instagram. You can send me a DM over there. It's just Scott Freeman Music over on Instagram. I'm doing lots of stuff over there. So yeah, I'd be happy to do some instrumental stuff. I did an instrumental last year, my Ennio Morricone style one, and so I'm really hoping to do more of those. Cherry TDQ, name it and I'll go listen to it. Are you saying me name one of my songs and go listen to it? I don't know. I don't know what song I should tell you to go listen to. If you like I Know the Way, you should go listen to my song Let's Go, which is on the channel. Yeah, there's a music video for Let's Go. You might really like that one. I think those ones are similar. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you can go check out the song Let's Go. I've also got a song called Two Cats. Joe, who was also in the chat, really likes Two Cats. So that's one you can check out, Two Cats or Let's Go. There's not an official music video for Two Cats yet, but you can check out Let's Go and that's it. But any of the music videos on the channel you can check out, really. Some of my earlier videos are just acoustic and some of the later ones are more full band. So awesome. Doug's Guitar Works, 25 or 6-4. Cool. I'll definitely have to check out these songs. Thank you so much for the recommendations there. Cherry TDQ, 1 year and I still remember you. Thank you for the song. Oh, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for being part of the journey of that song. Thank you for listening to it, and I'm glad it's still still singing it. That's awesome. I will probably do that one on my live stream next Thursday. So come back over here when that's done in the Garden and the Blessings. Okay. And Doug's Guitar Works. My videos on my channel are instrumental rock. Awesome. That's really cool, bud. I'm gonna go check out your videos. That's really cool. I do really like instrumentals. I think it's an amazing type of song, instrumentals, because to me, part of songwriting is that, part of lyric writing is realizing that sometimes you want to say something in the lyrics, but because there's not enough syllables in the line, there's not enough space in the line, you can't say everything that you want to say. And so sometimes you have to let the music say things that the lyrics can't. And so writing an instrumental, the challenge, at least that I had last year when I did the showdown at Cookie Town, which if you haven't heard yet, go check out. It's a Western style instrumental. But yeah, you're trying to say something, you're trying to tell a story just with the music. And although for me, writing song lyrics is the thing that excites me the most about songwriting, I really want to do more instrumentals. Definitely. As I'm doing the musical, obviously I'm writing a lot of songs there with lyrics, but I'm thinking about doing some instrumental pieces here and there as well for it. I'm actually trying to figure out how to put my Western Showdown at Cookie Town song into the musical. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. I think it could be a really cool showdown action scene with that song. So yeah, we'll see. My mouth's getting really dry, so we're going to go a couple more minutes. So if you guys have any more questions or anything, hit me up. There we go. That's always my mistake. It's always my mistake. I never bring a drink in. It's so silly. And I got nothing in here. I should have like a little mini fridge, shouldn't I? I got enough other gear in here. There should be a mini fridge. Yeah. Whew. There we go. Yeah, love instrumentals. Really love instrumentals. One of my favorite instrumentals actually is it's off a Foo Fighters album, Echo, Silence, Patience and Grace, which is my favorite Foo Fighters album. On that album, there's an instrumental called The Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners. That's really, really fun. I love that. And me and my old bandmates, we really liked that album. That was a big album for us. And I think we kept trying to come up with an instrumental like it when we were sat around having a drink with some acoustic guitars, Yeah. So, yeah, man. There we go. Cherry TDQ. Well, I'll go listen to the songs you recommend. And yes, you should get a mini fridge. Easy to get drinks. Yeah, I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to put it somewhere. Problem is, I turn off the power here in the studio when I'm not. I turn off the power here in the studio when I'm not in here, and I feel like if I did that with the mini fridge, it would like I don't know if you turned it off overnight, maybe it'd break. So I don't know. It's cold enough outside, and I got a wheelbarrow right outside the studio door. Maybe I'll just put cans of dandelion and burdock in there overnight, and then when I get thirsty in the live stream, I can just go out and do that. Maybe I'll do that. But maybe a cheeky fox will come along in the night and steal my dandelion and burdock. I couldn't deal with that. None of those cheeky foxes. But yeah, Cherry, if you go check out Let's Go, and like any of the other ones in my originals playlist. The most latest ones are the most well produced, but I think the quality of the songwriting hopefully is consistent throughout. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you think of Let's Go. And keep rocking. In the Garden and the Blessings. One of my favorite Chicago songs is "If You Leave Me Now." Is that "If You Leave Me Now, You Take Away the Biggest Part of Me"? Is it that one? I don't know. I've heard that one before. I don't know if it is, but okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I got lost in thought there. Ted Nugent. I'll check out some Ted Nugent at some point. I like Cat Scratch Fever a lot. When I'm going on a bit of an old school rock vibe, I'll whack on some Cat Scratch Fever. Cherry TDQ, Let's Go Hang Out and Two Cats. So the song's called Let's Go. There's a music video for it. Type in Scott Freeman Let's Go, and that music video will pop up. It's me and my former bandmates kind of just having a laugh and dancing about. Let's Go is actually the only track I've had played on the BBC so far. So trivia. Really, it's a fun song to play live. Boom. Doug's Guitar Works, that's an amazing song. I think you're talking about Ted Nugent there. I think so. Trying to follow everything. Yeah. There we go. In the Garden and the Blessings. Yes. It's from 1976, the Chicago X album. That's pretty cool. Cherry TDQ, I found my category playlist, Have Fun Being Single. Yes, so my second album that I released in 2017 is called Have Fun Being Single. So Let's Go's not on there. Let's Go's on my third album, which, if you just type in Scott Freeman Let's Go, the music video should pop up there. But yeah, please have a listen to that album. Have Fun Being Single is probably my favorite album I've made to date. I had loads of amazing musicians come in and play on it. The third album was mostly me with a few people, but the second album, there was like, around 15 people that played in it, maybe more. There's saxophone solos on Have Fun Being Single. There's violin parts, like huge organ pieces, like when some of these guys came in and put down their parts, they had me literally weeping because it was so beautiful and like was making my song sound so good. I was like, I've done nothing to deserve this. So with the fourth album, I'm doing demos for it at the moment, but the hope is that eventually when the pandemic's over, I can have some of those guys come back here to this studio and put their parts on the fourth album and just make it sound incredible. But enjoy, have fun being single. There's a story to that album name. I'm not sure if I should tell it. Doug's Guitar Works. Yes, Chicago, If You Leave Me Now is an amazing song. Chicago has saxophone, trumpet in their music. I love trumpet. I've been playing around with MIDI trumpet, MIDI brass and woodwind the last year, but nothing beats the real thing, does it? There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Cherry TDQ found it. I'll be right back. I'll go listen to it, and yes, I'll listen to the album. No pressure. You can listen to it if you like. I think it's pretty good. Doug's Guitar Works. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm gonna do a few more minutes here, guys, and then I'm gonna bust a move. It's been really, really awesome hanging out with you guys. The live chat really has come alive. It's always these live streams are always the most fun when you've got a lively live chat. So thank you so much. And if anyone else is watching along and you haven't commented on the live chat yet, you can do that. So thank you for that. I shall be back. I should be back next week, Thursday next week during the day. And yeah, it will be early afternoon, kind of around 1 o'clock, similar to this. I do my food shop in the morning, and then yeah, we do a live stream in the afternoon. So yeah, if this is any indication, this live stream is going to be a really cool year. So thank you to everyone who's been commenting along. Really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, if you want to continue the conversation or you want to ask me anything else, feel free to DM me on Instagram. It's at Scott Freeman Music, or you can place a comment on a video on the channel. Yeah, enjoy the music. Have a really really great week. Hopefully see you Thursday next week. If not, stay awesome, and I'll see you some other time. Peace.